Hello students, so welcome back to the discussion session. So you had another model exam which is just over, based on which we have today's discussion session. These were the questions given to you, and today we will discuss which all options are correct and why these options are to be taken as the correct options. Okay. So this is exactly according to the pattern. You remember a session was given where the details regarding the pattern of question paper was given. Really? Right. So based on that, this question paper also has got the same pattern where we have 3 passages with 10 MCQs each. That means 30 MCQs or questions allotted just for passages. 3 passages are there. All right. So here we have a narrative passage. Okay, we have a narrative passage where a person's personal experience has been shared, a bit philosophical in touch, plus it's narrative, not factual. We in today's exam, or else the exam that you attended recently in today's discussion session, we have samples for descriptive and factual ones, but the first passage based on which we have a set of 10 questions, this passage is narrative in tone, narrative in style. Okay. Well, it was easy to understand. Actually, it is all about the way you try to be yourself and you choose to be yourself and not following a particular pattern. You find and you find a taste in life. You just create your way. So that is the central idea of this passage. So it's already said that whatever be the passage, you first have to understand the central idea, because based on that alone you will be getting at least 1 or 2 questions. Like the first question is a typical example. See here, the first question is a few 4 options or 4 codes are given, beautiful lines are given, quotations are given, and you have to choose the one which is in accordance with the central idea of this passage. So that is why you need to understand the central idea of this passage. Only then you will be able to connect the given options with the particular passage. Okay. So here you have been given 4 options, and then out of these options, which quotation best suits the central idea of the passage, that is what you have to choose. Okay. The first option is, it's all about quality of life and finding a happy balance between work and friends. It's not just about a particular factor like work or friends alone. It's about general, find balance or find happiness in a life in general, not specified to work and friends alone. So the first option cannot be taken. Then to go beyond is as wrong as to fall short is not at all connected with the central idea. So the second one also cannot be taken. Then since the font size is too small, that's why I'm just telling this or reading this out for you. Okay. Because I guess you cannot make it, you cannot read it. So life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Of course, it's a philosophical idea, but not revealing the central idea of this particular passage. Okay. Now, the fourth one is the best one, which definitely reveals the central idea. Balance is not something you find, but it is something you create. Happiness, just like happiness is something which you create, not something that you will find lying around. So exactly likewise, balance here means balance in life. Okay, a stable, a balanced life, a happy and prosperous life is something which will not be found easily. It's not that just available in the market or any such places, but you need to create. Okay, so in that sense, this particular last one, this one is the exact. Okay, so this one is the exact one which we require. So in that sense, it's option number D. Option number D is the correct option. Okay. Now again, too small. So I'll just tell you the question. Which of the characteristics are apt about the writer in the following context, or else from the passage once? And see, actually normally what we do is we just try to underline the statement and then, or we try to find it out in the passage, but since the passage is in very small font size, I cannot just underline it, otherwise you will not be able to make it even more. So I'll just read it out for you. See, one statement has been taken separately from the passage, and that is, I know I have limits and that I have reached those limits or reached them, but I'm going to ignore those limits and see if or how long I can get by with it. That means I know I have certain limits or boundaries, and I have reached those boundaries, but right now I have decided to cross those boundaries. Okay, so when the narrator or the speaker, when he or she makes a comment like that, what are the not just one, but what are the characteristic features which are revealed about the speaker or which are revealed about the narrator? Okay, like is he negligent? Of course he is. Is negligent in the sense that's the reason why he decided to go beyond the limits. Okay, then he's indecisive. Indecisive is a person who cannot take decision, but in the statement he has taken the decision to go beyond it, so the second one cannot be taken. Then is he spontaneous? Spontaneity also is not a word to be connected here. Reckless could be chosen. He is reckless, and that is the reason why he thought of going beyond the limit. Okay, then purposeless, of course he has purpose. Patient, so other options or other words cannot be used to denote his character. Only 1 and 4. So which option gives you 1 and 4? It is option number C. So option number C, 1 and 4 means here this statement of the narrator proves him to be negligent about rules and a bit reckless also, almost same in meaning. Okay. Now next is, which of the following options will be the most appropriate title for the passage? See, actually this question also is based on the central idea of the passage. See, the first question, you remember, based on the passage, if you are asked to find out a beautiful quote, you need to understand the central idea. Exactly same way, when we are given the options to find out the title for the passage, for that also you need to know what the passage is all about. That means you need to know the central idea of the passage. Okay, so based on which we have a few options, we have been given a few options like much too soon, enough is enough, how much is too much, have enough to do, question mark. Okay, so I'll tell you the right answer, after which we will discuss why the other options cannot be taken. How much is too much? That means what in life is the boundary. Okay, how much is too much means when you leave, what is that benchmark or what is that measuring unit of being satisfied and happy. So in connection with that, this could be taken as the best one. Okay, now much too soon. Much too soon means I'll just write it down because I guess you cannot make it right. So much too soon is the first option, which cannot be taken as the title. The reason is, much too soon means you have achieved your goal in life a bit too early. Suppose if this passage is all about a person who at a very young age has achieved something in life and all about his life journey, if that is given, this could have been taken. Okay, so much too soon cannot be taken because it does not, the whole passage does not reveal anything about the achievement which has been attained too soon. Okay, so enough is enough. Enough is enough is the next option, and that also cannot be taken. Okay, enough is enough. Why this is not taken? See, when do we use, in what context do we use this expression, enough is enough? See, when, suppose if I am frustrated at something, if I'm totally fed up with something and I say enough is enough, that means I want that particular person to stop and want to have it again. That means a person's frustration is shown. And in this passage, nothing like that is revealed. It's not just about revealing a person's frustration. So this also cannot be taken. Okay. And the third one is the option, correct option, how much is too much. Then having enough to do. Okay, or have, not having, but have enough to do. To do, that means at the end there is a question mark also. So this title would have been suitable if the passage speaks about leisure time activities. Have enough to do, that means do you have enough time to pursue your activities. Okay, so this is in connection with your leisure time. So this also is not at all the central idea of this passage. So these three options cannot be taken. Okay, so I hope it's clear. So I'll just rub it off, otherwise it won't be that visible. The questions will not be visible. Okay, so how much, I'll just put tick mark for the correct answer. Now the next question based on the same passage is, the phrase potentially harmful circumstances refers to circumstances that can, okay, now find out like which is the correct option, or else what does it mean, a phrase. Okay, see, the phrase is here given us potentially harmful circumstances. Potentially means something which is possibly, okay, chances are there. So potentially harmful circumstances means possibly dangerous or difficult circumstances, and that is the third option, B, possibly dangerous. That means chances are there for the circumstances to be dangerous. Okay, and what is the first? Certainly, we are not sure. When you say certainly dangerous means, that means you are 100% sure that it's going to be dangerous. But potentially harmful circumstances means you are not sure, but there are chances. So the first cannot be taken. Be fairly dangerous means more are chances for it being dangerous. That also we cannot predict, right? So seldom means not at all dangerous. So third option, be possibly dangerous, means there are chances, 50% chance of it being dangerous and 50% not so dangerous. I mean, like less dangerous. So in that sense, it's a balanced approach, and that is what you mean by potentially harmful circumstances. Okay. Now next is fifth question based on this. Select the option that makes the correct use of unsustainable. See, I'll tell you what unsustainable is. Unsustainable. Unsustainable means something which can, it's select the option that makes the correct use of that means something which cannot stand for long, which cannot stand the test of time. Okay, usually we use this term in connection with development or progress. Like the opposite of this is sustainable. Sustainable means something which can last for long, which can go on without being diminished, and it is long lasting. Unsustainable means it cannot stand the test of time. A kind of progress, a kind of development which will not stand for long, which will not go on for long duration of time. Okay, now let us see the context in which it could be used, it could be applied in the given options. First is, in the long run, the dash officials followed emergency procedures. I told you this term could be used in connection with progress or development, not with people. You cannot use the term unsustainable officials. Officials means people. So in connection with people, we cannot use that. So first option cannot be used. Then emergency procedures were unsustainable by the officials. There something is missing, the verb is missing. So the second one also cannot be taken. Then officials reported on unsustainable set of events during the emergency. That also, it's nothing connected with the events I told you. Let me repeat, it's connected with a kind of development or progress, an activity which shows progress. Okay, so based on that meaning, we can have the fourth option, which is officials admit that the emergency that particular part is missing. Okay, I'll just tell you what the thing is. Officials admit that the emergency system in the long run will not be dash. That means the progress or the possibility of this particular emergency system to run long, to work long, to function long is unsustainable, means not possible. So in that context we can use it. See, the remaining part is missing, but then I told you what the sentence is. Okay. Now sixth question, the author attempts, what is the tone or intention of this author? He attempts to dash the readers through this write-up. What really is the intention of the author when he wrote a passage like this, sharing his experience? Is it trying to rebuke us? Rebuke means scold us for something? Not at all. Is he trying to question something? No. Offering aid, or is he giving you some sort of help or something like that, aid, but he is offering advice. So it's a piece of advice given. He tells you how to have a kind of attitude towards life, like to maintain the balance of life. What should we do? That is a kind of advice offered by him. So in that sense, the fourth option could be given, like the tone of this writer is to provide us with some sort of advice. Okay. Then the seventh question is, the author uses colloquial words such as yeah, then woohoo. Which of the following is not a colloquial word? Actually, these are the colloquial terms which are used in the passage. Just like yo, ye, woohoo. These are slangs or colloquial terms which those terms do not have any particular meaning as such. Grammatically, those terms do not possess any meaning. It's just a kind of local slang, or we can use that in our speech. Okay. And here in this set of words, one of the words is not colloquial. It is a word which really exists in the dictionary and which is grammatically also correct, and other words are colloquial. So you have to find out the word which is not colloquial, okay, which is according to dictionary. So hooked is colloquial, guy, okay, that stuff, these are all colloquial, but stress is a proper word, not colloquial slang. It is a proper word which has got a particular meaning which could be easily available in a dictionary. Okay. Then next is, what does the author mean when he says to get our lives in order? Okay, so that word order is itself a clue to your answer. Okay, so what does the author mean when he says to get our lives in order? See, in order, to keep something in order means what? To coordinate and organize something. The same meaning is applicable here. It's not to resume our lives, not to restart our lives, but to organize or keep our lives in a particular order. Okay, a proper like order. Then to rebuild, to reconstruct, no. To control our lives, no. But to maintain, to keep our lives in order means to bring balance, and that is by organizing our lives. So to organize our lives is the exact point. Now choose the option that correctly states the two meanings of outlook as used in the passage. Okay, even if it's not anything connected with passage, but you know the meaning of the word outlook. Outlook means you keep a point of view regarding something, general attitude and particular point of view. Okay, outlook of life means, like, if I speak about my outlook of life, that means I will be speaking about my point of view of the life that I live, or else it could be my attitude towards life. Both these things could be taken. Okay, so that is the common meaning, and that same meaning is applicable here also. So does it mean outlook, does it mean in the passage a person's it's not any assessment of life, not judging life. Okay, so the first option cannot be taken. Then a person's, it has just got nothing to do with experiences. It's outlook is not experience shared. Okay, a person's point of view towards life. Okay, this could be taken. The third could be taken, point of view towards life. And then regrets. Do we speak about regrets like we feel sorry for what we have done? No. A person's general attitude also. That means 3 also possible, 5 also possible. That means option number C, 3 and 5. Okay, so these 2 points means we have a point of view regarding life, and we also have a kind of general attitude towards life. So these 2 points could be taken, 3 and 5. So option number C is 3 and 5 statements. Okay. Then the last question based on the first passage. What is the message conveyed in the last paragraph of the passage? Is it love what you do? Love what you do is one of the points mentioned in other passages in general, but not in the last one. Love yourself to love others? No. Be the best version of yourself? No, but be yourself. That means in the last paragraph, it is given that you have to be yourself so that we can have a wonderful life. Okay, so if you be yourself, or if you do not follow, or if you do not copy others' style, if you create a style of your own, and if you behave exactly the way you are, only then you will be able to find a balanced life or happy life, and that is the message conveyed in the last answer. So based on that, the message conveyed is be yourself, not any other options. Okay. Now we have another paragraph, and this actually is a factual passage. This is factual. Factual in the sense it's all based on facts. Okay, conducted surveys, etc., based on which these lines are taken. So it's all facts related things mentioned in the passage. So in that sense, it's a factual passage. Okay. So it's all about tourism, and different types of tourism also are given in the box, based on which we have another 10 questions. So we will check it one by one. So 11th question, or the first question based on the second paragraph. In the line, dash recognized as the benchmark, the word benchmark does not mean. Benchmark. What is the meaning of benchmark? Like your institution is a benchmark for other institutions to follow regarding the policies and ideologies. That means you set a standard of something. You set a criteria of something, or else a unit for some measurement, okay, a unit of measurement. So that is benchmark. So here in the question, out of these options, what is not the meaning of benchmark? That is what you have to find. Not synonym, but only one sentence which does not mean benchmark, and that is what you have to find. Okay, let us see the first one. A basis for something, that is benchmark. Okay, so a basis for something is actually one of the meanings given for benchmark. So this cannot be taken. Then the criteria required, that also is benchmark. And the ability to learn something new or start something new, that is not benchmark. Benchmark is not something, or not taking initiative to do something, or to start something new. So that is not benchmark. And then the standard point of reference, all other options are really benchmark. Okay. Now next question. The World Tourism Organization of the UN in an observation shared that. That means out of these 4 options, only one option is in accordance with the passage. Okay, and you have to find that out. Now the emerging economies of the world, that is not given as such in the, such reports are not given in the passage. So actually I'll tell you, it is a second one. I'll read that out, and other options are not at all given as points in the passage. Okay, I'll just read out the correct answer. Countries with upcoming economies shall see maximum tourist footfall from all over the world in the next decade. That actually is given in the passage. So that is the correct answer. Okay. Now based on that, the third question is, choose the option that lists the correct answers for the following. So there are 2 contexts given, about 2 people, about 2 persons, something has been described, and you have to categorize those people. Okay, I'll just read it out. Asha Matthew, a tourist. She's an NRI. She loves animals. She wants to travel to places that safeguard the rights of the animals and also inculcate awareness of their rights. So what type of tourist is she? So do you find this box, is it visible to you? In this box, we have been given a chart of different types of categories of tourism and its definition. So it's easy to get the answer for the first one. That means a person who is an animal lover and the one who wants to protect the rights of the animals or safeguard the rights of the animal. What type of tourist is she? Let us find. Ecotourism is all connected with nature. Ethical tourism, here tourism in a destination where ethical issues are the key driver. Example, social injustice, human rights and animal welfare. So Asha Matthew is an ethical tourist. Okay. Then one more person is there. Gurdeep Singh from UK is an environmental scientist and has always chosen to travel to places that are examples of a symbolic relationship between man and nature. What kind of tourist is he? Let us read this. This geotourism. Tourism that sustains or enhances the geographical character of a place, its environment, heritage, aesthetics, culture and well-being of its residents. Altogether, it's geotourism. So, Gurdeep Singh will be or is a geotourist. So, yeah, this one. Option number B. First one is an ethical tourist and the second one is a geotourist. So, second option is the correct one. Correct answer. Now, next question based on this. Based on your understanding of the passage, choose the option that lists the inherent qualities of geotourism. So, right now we have read about geotourism. It's all connected with geographical features, environment, heritage, aesthetics or pleasures like that, culture, something which cherishes culture and welfare of residents and well-being of its residents. Okay. So, based on this statement or explanation or definition, you have to find out the characteristic features which are applicable for geotourism. Okay. So, showcases adventure sports. It does not have any connection with adventurous sports. So, the first option cannot be taken. Promotes landscape appreciation. So, this could be taken. Okay. Then promises luxurious travel. No. Includes being environmentally responsible. Yes. So, this also could be taken. Believes in commercialization or marketing, no. Then initiates donations for the underprivileged, no. Okay, that means 2 and 4. 2 and 4 means option number C. These are the features of geotourism. Even if it's a factual passage, but since all are related with facts, it's easy to find out the answers. The thing is that you read it twice. Okay. Now, another question based on this, fifth question, that means 15th question. In the market profile of an ecotourist, the information on gender indicates that female ecotourist, so that means based on gender. Where is that? Based on gender part, education based on age, based on gender, this one. Based on gender means 50% female and 50% male. Okay. So, based on this profile, based on gender, which option is correct? Okay. Female ecotourists were more than male ecotourists? No. 50-50, right? Then the activity preferences were varied in females and males. That is correct. See, I'll just read it out. There are clear differences based on activity. That means based on activities, their preferences will be different. So, this second statement is correct about the data given or based on gender. Okay. Then next is the education aspect in the market profile of the ecotourist revealed that about the market profile. Mainstream market trends were popular with undergraduates, no. Ecotourists were only those who had basic education, not necessary. Mainstream markets were popular tourist destinations for educated categories only, no. But this fourth one, ecotourism was no more limited to the small group of highly educated travelers. It is not confined to a small group where the people are, where the travelers are highly educated. So, the passage does not indicate that. So, ecotourism has nothing to do with a person being highly educated. So, in short, it does not mean that only a highly educated person could be an ecotourist. So, that is wrong. So, this is the exact statement given in the passage. Okay. Now, according to the survey, one of the most powerful driving forces leading experienced ecotourism to invest in new trips was, okay, why people go for ecotourism? Is it to set up workstations in new, like those who travel, is it their intention to start workstations for any scientific research? No. So, the first option cannot be taken. Then the chance to go camping in the wild, it has got nothing to do with trekking alone or adventurous things alone. Okay, so this first and second options both cannot be taken. Then competing with other ecotourists as frequent travelers, is it a kind of competition going on? So, in short, the meaning of the question is when people go for ecotourism, what are the guiding forces which prompt them, or why do they categorize it? Why do they go for ecotourism? Okay. The answer is the opportunity, because they want to get the opportunity to travel to new places and to explore more. So, fourth option. Okay. Next is choose the option that lists statement that's not true. That means among these statements, one of the statements is not true in accordance with the passage. Okay. First statement is economically backward countries will benefit from sustainable tourism. That is given the passage. The tourism business currently recognizes sustainability as an important factor. That also is given. Emerging economies will receive negligible international tourists in the near future. This is not true in accordance with the passage. Okay. Then the survey clearly showed that the age range of ecotourists, something about their age range, is it that it remains the same for the choice of tourist attractions to visit? No. That means all age limit people will go after a particular destination. No. Then changed with the monetary requirements for the trip. That means the deciding factor is the monetary requirements for the trip. That would be the deciding factor. Okay. Then who is not an experienced ecotourist? Okay. Who is not an experienced ecotourist? The person who has traveled as an ecotourist once earlier, he is experienced. And we have to find out the one who is not. So this first one cannot be taken. The person who is yet to travel even once as an ecotourist. That means a person who has not yet traveled as an ecotourist, he is not an experienced ecotourist. So that is the second option. Okay. So that passage is also over. Now we come to the third passage, the final passage, after which we have questions based on grammar and vocabulary. So here the third passage is all about the animal world. This is descriptive, semi-factual, semi-descriptive. That means it gives you facts but more of description type. Okay. Now based on this passage, choose the option that best captures. Here also the question is based on the central idea. That means based on this passage or based on the central idea of this passage, which of the following quotations could be taken as the one suitable for the to describe the central idea. It is not the strongest of the species that surround nor the most intelligent but the one most responsive to change. That means this could be applicable. That means the first option, option number 1. Or in short, this passage actually tells you something about survival of the fittest. Actually, that also is one of the questions. Okay. Now, which of the following characteristics are apt about the writer in the following context? One context is taken from the passage. Meanwhile, there is a dramatic increase in secondary poisoning. Vultures feed on carcasses or remains laced with poison intended to kill jackals or other predatory carnivores, or they are poisoned by the lead-in animals left behind by their hunters. So this particular statement, when you read what you call characteristic feature of the speaker is revealed. Is he negligent? No. Is he patient? Nothing to do with that. Concerned, of course he is concerned. He's worried. Okay. Caring, that factor is not revealed. So actually is concerned and worried. 2 and 5. 2 and 5 means option number C. Okay. Now, which of the following will be the most appropriate title for the passage? Right now, I said that this passage is all about survival of the fittest, and that is given as one of the options, survival of the fittest. So there is no doubt this is something which we can take as the title of this particular passage. Okay. Now we have next question based on the passage. What does the phrase moved in to take their place? Moved in to take their place. To take their place is to substitute, isn't it? So which of the options which of the options is the correct meaning of to move in to take their place? Okay. Is it contributed in the task? No. Helped or backed up them? No. But replaced them. Replace means substituted. Okay. Then next question. Why are vultures' beak considered weak? Vultures, their beak, you know the shape of their beak and a kind of curved type, right? Sharp and curved type, but still it's taken as weak, not that strong. Why? What is the reason according to the passage? They are of no use, of course, it's of use. They are meant to scoop and eat flesh only, and that is why it's weak. Okay, so they are meant to scoop and take flesh, not to do anything else. Okay, so not to pierce anything or anything like that. So this is the option. The author attempts to make the readers dash through this write-up. That means what is the purpose, intention of the author when he has given a passage like this? Is it to show his concerns for this particular creature? No. Then is he does he want to inspire us with this experience? No, it's not narrative, right? And for narrative passage, this could be inspiration. Like for the first one which we have seen about maintaining a balanced life. For that, inspired could have been taken, but not for this passage. Awakened, is it a kind of you are awakened to something, a kind of realization? No, but just to give you or make you aware of something, aware of facts. Okay. 27th question. What is an interesting fact given in the passage about vultures? One interesting factor which we did not know before reading the passage. Okay. They eat crops that we knew. They cannot digest drugs. They are enormous. They have weak beaks. These are the things which we know, which we knew, but they cannot digest, their digestive system cannot digest drugs. That's new information for us. Okay. Next question is, choose the option that correctly states the two meanings of boast. See, normally a boast means we just boast about something, means we feel proud of something and we do that blah blah stuff. Okay. So in this context, what is the exact meaning? Remember, a word's meaning would change in accordance with the context in which it is used. So according to this context, what exactly is the meaning, or what are the meanings? Is it to brag about oneself, to exaggerate, of course, to talk very proudly? No. To show off, vultures, it's all about vultures, to show pride and arrogance, but we can take the first and second. Why? Because to brag about oneself, actually this boast word in the passage is used in connection with the digestive system of vultures. So that actually is to brag or to describe and exaggerate. So 1 and 2 could be taken, 1 and 2 be option. Okay. Now 2 more questions based on the third passage. Select the option that makes the correct use of designated. Okay, designated. Designated as shown in the passage. The meaning of designated in the passage. See, designated in general means assigned with a title and bestowed with responsibilities. For example, Mr. Sharma is designated as the principal of ABC Public School. As such, he has to take up new responsibilities. That means when a person is given a title and along with that, if responsibilities are bestowed upon him, you can use the term designated in general. But this word designated in the passage is shown not to bestow responsibilities, but as a credit. That means as a word of compliment or as a credit, this word has been used. Not to with responsibilities, not anything connected with responsibilities. Okay. So first one, he was dash as, or he was designated as Prime Minister, means it is connected with responsibilities. So that cannot be taken in this context. Then Uttarakhand is designated as land of gods. That means there's a credit. So credit based designated is what we require, not responsibility based. I hope you understood. Okay. Now last question. What is the message conveyed in the last paragraph? See the last paragraph of the passage. What does it reveal as a kind of message? Let us just read it if possible, if time permits. Vultures need large ranges to scan, so that part could be skipped. They also need an abundance. It's all about vultures. All of these things have been reduced by human activities. Meanwhile, there is a dramatic increase in secondary poise. So these all things are connected with human activities, right? So the message is, the first one, human activities need to be controlled to provide vultures open spaces to scan for food and nest. Okay. So with that, we come to the next section, that is grammar and vocabulary based questions. Okay. So the 31st question, where we have a sentence and in that sentence, one of the words has been underlined. And that underlined word, what is the, which word from the following could be taken as closest in meaning to the underlined one. Okay, let us read the statement first. His nostalgia is deep. That means nostalgia, the meaning of nostalgia from the given options. Is it excitement? Excitement is not nostalgia. Happiness is not, or abilities, but longing. Longing means a kind of connection going to the past. Longing, a strong desire to go back to the past. So, nostalgia here is related with the word longing. Okay. The next one is choose the option that is opposite in meaning. Here it's similar in meaning or synonym, and here antonym or opposite in meaning to the underlined stuff. Okay. His work is praiseworthy. When a person does something which could be appreciated, we can use the term his work is praiseworthy. That means that particular task that he has performed, it deserves compliments and praises. Okay, but we need to find out a word which is opposite to praiseworthy. Admirable is a compliment, praiseworthy, not opposite. Commendable also is admirable, or these are all synonyms. Then creditable also is a synonym. So admirable, commendable, creditable, these are synonyms, and only one antonym or opposite is there, that is condemnable, something to be hated. Compliment, something you like, something you hate. Okay. The next is select the most appropriate synonym of the given word inevitably. Inevitably means what? Inevitably means something which is compulsory, something is required, which we have to go for sure, which we have to accept for sure. Avoidably means something could be avoided. Okay. If it is unavoidably, it could have been taken. Then distantly, unlikely, but these are all opposites. So certainly means definitely. So inevitably means definitely or certainly. So this is the correct option. Okay. The next is find out another synonym for the word fasten. Fasten. Fasten means, is it a detach? Okay, detach means to detach, release, you know the meanings of these words, right? Affix, loosen. So detach, release, loosen, these are opposite to the word fasten. Affix means fix something, attach something. That is the synonym. Okay. Now again find out antonym for the word scatter. Scatter, you know, when you throw something on the floor. If you throw rice on the floor, it would be lying on the floor all scattered. Not at one place, it would be lying scattered, spread. Okay. So you have to find out antonym. Scatter means in a spread way. So what is the opposite of that? Fling means to throw something. Spray, you know what spray is? Litter, to make something dirty. Gather is the correct antonym. Scatter means to spread, and gather means to collect. Spread, collect. Those are the opposites. Okay. Next is read the two sentences given below and choose the correct answer based on these two statements. First statement is, it's raining cats and dogs is an idiom. Of course, it is an idiom. It means to rain in a scattered way. No. Heavy rains, that's the meaning. So, the first statement, that is raining, it's raining cats and dogs is an idiom, that's a correct sentence or correct statement. But it means to rain in a scattered way is a wrong sentence. Let us see the options. Option A means option 1 is true but 2 is false. So, this option is correct. Option 1, statement 1 is true and 2 is false. Okay. Again, same type of questions. 2 more questions. Read the 2 sentences and find out the given option. The character and is known as ampersand. See, it's not. Literally the term is called ampersand. Ampersand means this one, simple, ant. The little word for that is called ampersand. Just like this we call as colon. Okay, we call this as colon. So likewise, ampersand is the term used for the symbol. It indicates the word and. That also is correct. So the symbol is called ampersand. That is correct. And this means word and. That also is correct. That means both options 1 and 2 are true, are correct. Okay. The next, one more type, same type. One more statement, 2 more statements. The word impeccable means to be full of flaws, full of faults or errors. Then 2, the word impeccable is similar to flawless, just the opposite, contradictory. full of flaws and flawless, not with any flaw. So impeccable means something which means flawless, absolutely free of errors. So statement 2 is correct, 1 is wrong. So which one? Yeah, 2 is true, but 1 is false. Okay. Now you need to match with the particular pair. You have to match column A to column B. Crest. What do you mean by crest? Crest means the top of a hill or mountain. That means A is 2. Crest means top of a hill or mountain. And what is downpour? Downpour means heavy rain. That means B is 3. Then solitary means alone. Alone or singular. So C is 4. So C is 4. Resolution means you take an oath or you are determined to do something or you have a strong will or determination. So it's the first one. D is the first one. So D is the first one. So A2, B3, C4, D1. A2, B3, C4, D1. So the first option is the correct option. Okay. One more match the following, same type. Contentment. These are all simple words which definitely you have scored marks for these two questions. Contentment means a kind of a sense of satisfaction. So A is 4. A is 4. Then affix means something which is fastened. We have just seen fasten means to affix, right? To attach. That means B is 2. Just against that word, B is 2. Then blow. Blow means to hit hard. C is 3. C is 3. Then crook. Crook means a villain, a thief. So D is 1. So D 1. A4, B2, C3, D1. A4, B2, C3, D1. That means option number B. Okay. Next is select the word or group of words. One word. Find out one word to fill this up. There was a time when West Germany was a distinct dash. West Germany. We are talking about a place or country. So, not policy or abstract or hierarchy, but polity. What is polity, by the way? Polity means a kind of union government. A political government. So, connected with government, that is the exact one which we require for this blank. So, long back there was a time when West Germany was a distinct polity, means a kind of like a government, political or union government. Okay, so this is the exact word which we need. Next is select the word, or again you find out the word with which you can fill this up. I was dashed with the film. I had expected it to be better. So I was disappointed. ING is not this. I was disappointed. I was really disappointed with this film because I thought it could to be good, but it did not turn to be good. It was not so good. So I was totally, ING form cannot be used. Okay. Then we have ED form, disappointed and prejudice. Prejudice has got another meaning. Biased. You take a judgment beforehand. So disappointed is the correct one. Next is rearrange the jumbled parts of the sentence. That means rearrange the whole thing to make it a meaningful paragraph or right sequence. Okay. Symbolic of peace and prosperity. We cannot start with this. The Gupta Empire in India is. So we can start with this. Q. Okay. The Gupta Empire in India is symbolic of peace and prosperity. So Q, P, represented through numismatic, archaeological and literary evidences of multiple kinds. So RS, Q, P, R, S, Q, P, R, S, option number A. Okay. Again, another question, same type, same instruction. That means you have to rearrange it to make it a sequential, to give it in a sequential order. Okay. The transportation system, so that, we cannot start with that. And, a sentence does not start with and. Provides, that also is not true. I mean, not proper way. There are many ways to restructure. So, we can start with S. Okay. And with S, only one has started. It's easy. Like, suppose you get the first letter, you try to search for all options which start with or which started with S. And here, fortunately enough, we do not have any other option started with S. So definitely you don't have to waste much time. You can go for this SPRQ, SP, SP. That means I'll just read it out. There are many ways to reconstruct the transportation system so that it provides mobility to everyone and not just the affluent section of society. So it was easy, right? Only that you need to find out the first part of the sentence. Okay. Now choose the most appropriate option to identify the meaning of the given idiom or phrase, once over. What is the meaning of once over? It's actually an idiom, which means you do something in a hurry. You complete something in a hurry. You do a task in a hurry. So that means to do something quickly. Not something being done elaborately or what you call with perforce or something for others as a charity, but something which you do very quickly, you call it as once over. Okay, that's an idiom. Then this, I guess, most of you will get the meaning of this idiom because you can guess it from the context in which, not context, but you can guess it from the words. Sometimes it is possible, not always. A bag of bones. Don't you it's body shaming. We're not supposed to use this, but you might have heard so many times people when they find a person who is very thin, very lean, very extraordinarily thin, they are called, or normally people try to tease them with this term, with this idiom, a bag of bones. We're not supposed to, but that is the term used to tease them. It's not extremely fat person, but extremely thin person. Okay. Next is, again, another idiom is given, muddy the waters. Muddy the waters means something which was clear, but you turned it muddy, means something which is okay, but you turned it complicated. That means not to spread dirt around, not to make a situation easy, just the opposite. To make one's life happy, no, but to make the situation complicated. Like water, the water was clear, but then you made it muddy, and the situation was clear, but you made it complicated. Okay. Then next is, he preferred death rather than imprisonment. So substitute the words rather than with another option. Okay. So he preferred death to. See, I guess I might have given you a hint long back in one of the model papers. It was asked as a question with preference. We use not than but to. I prefer coffee to tea. Not coffee than tea, coffee to. So with the word prefer or preference or prefers, you have to use to. Okay. This preposition is to be used. The next is, select the correctly punctuated sentence. That means which sentence is with correct punctuation. Okay. My uncle who lives in Agra is a doctor. Something is missing. So this cannot be taken. My uncle who lives in Agra is a doctor. This one is correct. Why? Because see, after I started saying about my uncle, there are two more clauses. That means my intention is not to tell you just the thing that, okay, my uncle lives in Agra. I also want to tell you he's a doctor. So two clauses are there. So in that sense, my uncle who lives in Agra is a doctor. So to convey that meaning, you have to choose the second one. Okay. Now one more sentence with correct punctuation that you have to choose. Ashok's father is a CBI chief. Okay, with apostrophe S. Ashok father. Here Ashok's is not used. Then Ashok's father, comma, here this comma is not required. So the first one is correct. Ashok's father is a CBI. There are no clauses. There are no many sentences. Only one sentence, one fact is related. So this is correct one. Okay. So with that we come to the end of the session. So very soon we will have another question paper to discuss. At that time you may find similar questions or similar types of questions. So till then you prepare and you take care of your health also. We will meet soon. Thank you so much. Thank you.